Show, talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. Truth bombs that many never knew. We talking politics, everything up to the moon. Was the landing real or fake? I guess you'll never know. Let's talk, this is the Nate and Garrett Show, yeah. So lend me your ear, let's get it poppin'. You know that we keep it live, non-stoppin'. Educating, entertain, there ain't no doubt. After you listen, you'll be thinking way outside the box. From media dishonesty, never let them play you. Keep it authentic nowadays, many can't do. Unfiltered is how we do it. Make sure you stay locked in and tuned in, let's go. Had to come through and let you know. Keep it locked, this is the Nate and Garrett Show. Talking current events, let the conversation begin. Everything from conspiracies, yeah, I'm talking aliens. The Nate and Garrett Show.
And now, welcome to the Nate and Garrett Show. Prepare yourself to be transported to the furthest reaches of reality. As the hosts unravel the mysteries of the universe, the depths of the deep state, the truth hidden in plain sight, all while bringing you the news from this week. Please welcome your hosts, Nate and Garrett.
Hey,
Nate.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, dude?
Happy March 4th.
Thank you.
Do you know what today's supposed to be?
No, I don't.
In the Q world, today is supposed to be the day that Trump comes back and is inaugurated.
I hadn't heard that.
So
Is that
he's
right?
got a couple hours yet for them to be able to go and install him
Oh,
back
I'm
in.
sure it's happening.
In the Q world.
Is that right? I obviously
I
I
think so.
haven't been following that.
You know, I think I said on the last show that I can't quit looking at the Q stuff.
I can't
think
believe
it's
I can't believe it's still going.
It's such a crazy study into psychology and everything, I think. Like I said, before all of this, you take away Q's first Q drop, you can look at that and be like, okay, there's some weird stuff right here. And you can kind of say, all right, well, we know that kids are being abducted and everything. It'd be nice if this was true and the good guys are winning. But now, in order to believe in it, I think it's got to be like a cult, really. And it feels like it to me.
Yeah. Dude, I think we called it pretty well where we said, look, if Trump ends up winning the presidency, then Q will be more, it'll be more likely to be true. But if he doesn't,
making fun of him.
Yeah, but if he doesn't win, then it's over.
You know,
and it looks like it's over, but they're still keeping it going.
People are still kind of talking about, like, Praying Medic still tries to talk about what he did. You know, he had a Twitter that got deleted, so he moved over to Gab, and he was trying to do it there. It's kind of funny. He took some time off from tweet. Well, he started tweeting right away after Biden was inaugurated. People just lambasted him. So he took some time off, and then he tried to just kind of I don't know, it's not tweeting, gabbing, re-gab some stuff, other Q guys. Hey,
what's up? Crack party.
And, trying to retweet or grab some other Q followers and stuff. And then he tried to like dip his toe back in, and he was just getting lambasted too much that he deleted his Gab account not too long ago. So now I don't know where to go to kind of keep up with the Q community anymore.
I was going to ask you.
I can't quit them. I just can't.
So so what's the deal? March 4th, President Trump was supposed to be inaugurated?
And you know,
why would that be? Why on earth?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, there haven't been any Q drops since like December.
You're right.
So I have no idea why today would be the day. Something to do with the National Guard being there and stuff. You know, supposedly in the Q world, the National Guard is there to keep everybody in the White House. Until they can send him off to Gitmo, I guess, and Trump comes back in. I don't know.
But surely Biden has left the grounds of the White House since being inaugurated, right?
There's the other part of the conspiracy that he's not even at the White House.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Did they have a fake set where he's in the fake set and all this?
Yep. I mean,
I wish some of this would be true. I just wish.
I know. And I'm guessing that's what Q looks like now. Fan fiction for the diehard Trump supporters that is now turning into a cult. I mean,
yeah.
I guess I don't know. There's not a leader right now. of it. Q's not posting.
Right. Yeah. Good point.
Ron Code Monkey, he basically said he's moving on to other things right now. And I do think he was the Q,
Yeah,
And he basically said, I'm moving on to other things right when the inauguration was kind of like right when it was obvious that it was over.
Yeah.
I think he saw it before the Q world did. And he got the hell out. I don't know what he's doing now, but
I mean, it's so obvious that there's no way Biden winning could be part of the plan.
no.
You know what I
It's
mean?
going to be funny. What's going to happen in 4 years if Trump wins again? Or runs again. Sorry, runs again. Are we going to start seeing Q drops? This was part of the plan.
I wonder if we'll see Q drops, but we'll for sure see the Q being revived. I don't know if Q will actually post though. He might be done. We
said right at the inauguration, is there going to be another Q drop? And at the time, we both said yes, but I kind of thought it would have happened by now. I was really hoping that he'd just drop that troll face. Just one last.
Oh yeah, I
Q
know
drop.
you
It's
said
a
that.
troll. Wouldn't that
I
be
actually think
hilarious?
I think we said there wouldn't be.
Oh, did we?
Yeah,
I think I'll back
I
and
think
look.
that's what I said anyway. And I don't think there'll be another Q drop. I think whoever did is like, okay, I was wrong, and he quit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was just a lot of money to be made there, and there's still followers.
But
and they
did
don't care
Q
that
make
Q's
any
wrong.
money? Like, how would Q have made money?
Oh, I know Praying Medic made a lot.
Yeah.
He's
but-
got a shitty book that he's got and stuff.
Oh,
And I don't know if
really?
it's a lot. He had a million Twitter followers. He would do live shows and stuff.
Well,
So I'm guessing he cashed in.
it was really fun following that, though.
Oh, it's great.
I enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But the idea of it is so ridiculous. It's like, all right, the military super high up is going to go and take out these guys and even was going to take over the presidency. But instead of doing that, they're dropping breadcrumbs for these internet sleuths for whatever reason.
Well, they
couldn't
needed
say
to
the
wake
truth.
up the population enough so that when they go arrest everybody, the people in the know can calm everyone down.
So they just the idea is so hilarious when people say it out loud. You're just like,
I
this is
know.
hilarious. There's these breadcrumbs that only these internet sleuths, but the bad guys aren't reading this because we can't give them a heads up. So I'll just give you guys little clues.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll have super deltas and
It's too
triple
bad.
deltas.
It's too bad that it was all bullshit.
Any conspiracy theory like that does get fun, especially if it's kind of
Yeah.
like your side almost,
Right. Right.
Yeah, there's a bunch of scumbags that are targeting basically child molesters, child traffickers, and a lot of.
I know. See, that's the problem with the Q thing is it took what I consider to be real conspiracies going on, like Pizzagate and fucking
Oh, it did terrible harm
Catholic
for
Church and all this crap.
Yeah. It
And
did
then
a
it
lot
said,
of harm.
Right.
I think.
I think it did too. It said we're
Yep.
fighting these evil things that all of you know about, and there's the military's
Now,
fighting
if
them,
you
and we
bring
went,
up a
oh, thank
conspiracy
goodness.
theory, there's a couple things. You bring a conspiracy theory, he's like, oh, you're a Q-tard. Also, they kind of like, well, Q said Trump won, and then we saw a big insurrection and terror act on January 6th when Trump supporters stormed the Capitol and killed people. And that's due to Q. So we got to shut this down. And then you have stuff like New York Times posting about how in some groups there's unfettered conversations and that can't happen over the internet. Basically saying the government has to overlook these messaging apps. Say there's unfettered conversations going on. Q did a lot of bad. So how did it actually work? Was there a specific account the Q posted from, or was it from a different anonymous account every post? So there wasn't a specific account, and you could tell by like the ID and stuff. But there is some decent evidence and a decent argument to be made that there was more than one person posting as Q.
But it was all
I
from
think
the
it was
same
all-
official account or whatever.
I think it's all Ron though. The similarities. It started on like 4chan, then he went to 8chan, and then he got kicked off 8chan. They went to 8kung, and he just Q drops just kept following him for whatever reason. And like a web page where a lot of the Q drops were like being hosted on too was registered to him and his dad. And they're basically saying if he's not Q, him and his dad know who Q is just from IP addresses and all of that.
Okay.
And then he basically posts saying, well, I'm moving on to different things. and we don't see a post again. They kind of went to him when they were trying to do the voting machines, when they were trying to look at the code, and the code came out, and he acted like, I'm dropping a Moab tomorrow, guys, in 7 hours. That's when the Q post dropped, or that's when the Q drop stopped, basically, was when he got, who was the Kraken lady? She actually contacted him
Sidney
to look
Powell.
into this. Yeah, she actually contacted him to look into this code.
That's
and
weird.
that was the end of the Q drops. That was like almost to the day, just about.
That's weird.
Yeah. And then he says he's moving on to different things. And
Yep.
somebody made a fake Clout Hub account of him basically admitting he was Q. So then he kind of deleted all of his social media and like started a Telegram channel or something like that.
Right.
But,
So it's some guy named Ron Code Monkey. That's
yeah,
what,
he used
that's
the
what you
Code Monkey
think.
C.
You've basically convinced
he's kind of a
me,
famous
but
guy.
I don't know.
Yeah. The similarities are just too much. Just like kind of like how Reddit still says that Maxwell, the power poster, like the power account that has a ton of power, isn't Ghislaine Maxwell, even though ever since the day she got arrested, she hasn't posted since, and she posted hundreds of times every day before, other than when Ghislaine Maxwell's mom died. It mysteriously stopped for a week too.
Right.
But Reddit still says that wasn't her account.
Yeah, it
So
definitely
Reddit
was.
has this child pimp and pedophile as one of their most powerful
Moderators
posters and
posters.
moderators. And she posted stuff very pro pedophilia too.
Yep. And, so there's another thing, like the QAnon was
Yes.
really big into Epstein and sort of using Epstein as evidence. Really,
Oh, yeah.
they did. They used Epstein as evidence that they were doing
posted
shit.
a picture of it was like Epstein, Weinstein,
Weinstein.
Ghislaine, and I can't remember who else.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
remember
standing
that.
posing for a picture. And Q had a drop where it had like the X's
X
through
on
the
the faces, yeah.
the ones taken out.
So really,
and he was like, well, shit.
so that
yes.
that shit with Epstein was real, right? That was
Oh,
a real
absolutely.
deal. Island of
That was a
pedos
conspiracy
and powerful
theory
people.
that everyone said was crazy.
Yeah.
But now everyone acts like it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Can you guys hear us? Mingles, are you there? Can you hear us?
Does it still say that
think we're-
somewhere?
No, it's gone now.
Oh,
So maybe it
so it must be
reconnected.
working.
Um,
Anyway,
But yeah,
but like,
when you talk about conspiracy, people say conspiracies aren't real. We're seeing that a lot of that now because of Q. Epstein was definitely real.
right.
That was an island that all these elites flew to and had sex with young kids.
Yep.
And
And it's
and he was
proven.
killed.
And that's why they
Yes.
killed him in maximum security prison where the
the
cameras
media is doing their
malfunctioned.
best to not talk about it. They don't want to talk about Bill Gates going numerous times, even after he was arrested the first time. They want to act
Yeah.
like these were 17 and 18-year-old girls. They weren't. I'm sure there were some that were 17, but they were also young kids too.
Yeah. It's so weird. And then look at that
Yeah.
shit with Bill Gates. And then look at coronavirus taking over the world. And they're just so concerned about this
But
vaccine
now
for
did
everybody.
you see he's the biggest owner of farmland in the U.S. now.
I saw that he was buying up tons of farmland.
Can you hear us, Bengals?
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah. Yep. I think he's the biggest owner of farmland right now. Also on top of that, he's now saying that the rich countries have to start eating lab-grown meat. Did you see that?
I saw
too?
him say that too, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, you'll get used to the taste. It's like, who are you?
No, I won't.
You the
No, I won't eat
emperor?
it. Yeah.
What the?
Oh boy, I don't think.
Oh, no. Maybe it's not working. Let's see. How can we test it?
Let's see.
Oh, she says there it is. I
Okay,
guess it's
good,
working now.
good. Yeah, I think there is a bit of a lag, probably especially right now, and it's not working real good. But yeah, I mean, there are some weird things. You could tell that Biden, while he's a figurehead, he's definitely not running things. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
No.
It's kind of funny. Trump said basically, you elect this guy, the stock market is going to plummet, and it is. We're in the middle of it. The stock market's not even waiting for the next stimulus to start plummeting. Republicans, everyone said, you elect Biden, we're going to be in the Middle East bombing people again, and it only took 37 days.
Yeah. So
He's
clear.
not taking questions. He's not talking. It's almost really like the U.S. doesn't have a president right now. The DNC is basically the president. It's really weird.
Right. Social justice warriors are the president.
I do not think this was a good. I think this is really going to backfire. I've always talked about, even when it seems like at its most dire, with cancel culture just getting more and more power, that it's going to start swinging back the pendulum. I think it is right now. I think we're in the middle of it.
I hope you're right, because it's time. The pendulum has gone so far left that it's off into freaking outer space, and it needs to come back, please.
I think it's starting to. The whole Mr. Potato Head thing, that's been even reversed now. People are trying to distance themselves from the Dr. Seuss thing.
What is that?
Dr. Seuss, the trust that basically owns the Dr. Seuss, the rights to his books and stuff, basically had 7 books that they are not going to supposedly publish anymore.
Why?
And now the Democrats are acting like we had nothing to do with this. When you can find people tweeting about it. Well, one was written in 1920 or something.
Oh, for racist images, this is.
There was one that was printed in 1920 and had an accurate picture of a 1920s Japanese farmer eating rice. And that was it. That was enough for this.
Boy. Okay, so you know what? That actually kind of...
They're going too far.
And it sort of also applies to... I sent you and Michael a TikTok. I've got it here somewhere. Of the grocery stores. So Land O'Lakes, Cream of Wheat, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's, they have all gotten rid of they changed their branding because of racism. And as a result of that, but all the other brands that had white characters haven't changed their branding. Fine. So as a funny unintended consequence of cancel culture, the grocery stores are whitewashed.
They're getting whiter.
All the brands are white people now. You know what I mean? And I think that's just funny. It's
kind of funny. It's been happening anyway. I mean, remember when some universities were having black-only graduation ceremonies and stuff, and the left was applauding it? We're seeing that. I mean, we're now there's colored-only areas in colleges now and stuff like that. The Democrats are just going backwards.
How funny is that, dude? Yeah, I know. It's like that Ryan Long comedy skit where the woke and super racist people agree on everything. Yeah, we should almost play that because it's really funny.
That's great. But it's happening right now.
It's happening in, I think they are segregationists. They talk about not the super woke don't want interracial couples because it's just white people victimizing black people if you're in a couple with each other. It's like, holy shit.
I knew a guy. I knew him from the internet, but he's on the forums. And I can't remember what he posted. He posted it was a real picture of him and his wife, and they were doing some craft or arts type of thing. But anyway, a comment, the first comment on it kind of went semi-viral, was this would be way cuter if it was an interracial couple.
If it was?
Yeah, if it was. It's just
okay. Sorry.
They were mad that this guy's wife didn't happen to be a different race than him.
People are so racist, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Holy fuck.
And we've talked about just the whole racism of low expectations that definitely Biden is guilty of. And then we have the white savior complex that all of these slacktivists have on social media and stuff.
Me and Brad first met, I didn't think we'd get along,
this is great.
Turns out we
Let's watch this. It's only 2 minutes. Minute
When
45.
me and Brad first met, I didn't think we'd get along, but turns out we kind of agree on everything. Your racial identity is the most important thing. Everything should be looked at through the lens of race.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. We both have a lot of opinions about people of color, even though we barely know any.
I say colored people, but as long as we're classifying them, we both think minorities are a united group who think the same and act the same.
And vote the same. You don't want to lose your black card. Sorry, I don't know. I just think we should
Roll back discrimination laws so we can hire based on race again. Jinx, now you owe me a Coke. Hey, tell them what you told me yesterday.
White actors should only do voices for white cartoon characters.
I've been saying that for years. Stick to your own.
Us white people, we have so much privilege.
I agree. It is a privilege to be white. Ask him about interracial dating.
All I said is that black men who date white women have internalized racism, and white men that date ethnic women are fetishizing them.
Guys against interracial dating now. Am I being pranked? Did Boomer put you up to this?
Oh, you know that taco place is white owned?
White people should be making white foods like Kraft macaroni and
I
cheese,
agree
no
on
seasoning,
that.
not
I
even
love it.
salt. It's like he's a mind reader. I mean, I've been pushing for segregation forever, and my man does what?
I created an improv comedy show exclusively for ethnic people.
Guy segregates comedy on my birthday.
White people need to stop wearing dreadlocks and they need to stop appropriating black people's music.
Shaved heads and country music, the way God intended.
You know all white people are racist.
I'm listening.
Even if you have a black wife or a black friend group, you're still really racist.
You know, we just kicked a guy out of the organization for having a black girlfriend, but if you can promise me he's still really racist, we'll consider letting him back in. Black people should only shop at black businesses.
I guess the only thing we really disagree about is I think white people are the root of all evil.
But what did I tell you, though? If we can narrow that down to a certain group of tiny-hatted white people, I think we can come to an understanding.
Technically, I don't consider Jewish people white.
Neither do I.
It's too good.
That is crazy.
Yeah, they did a great
there
job
are
on
real
that.
consequences of this. You know, like Boston school system isn't doing AP classes anymore.
I saw that. I
You
saw
can't
that.
do AP classes because it's too white and too Asian.
Yep.
So it's not like they're holding everybody back.
They got rid of advanced placement classes in Boston public schools,
Here it is again. That's
because of
racism.
equity.
It's racism by low expectations. They don't think the black and Hispanic and people of color are smart enough, so we're just going to scrap the whole program.
Yeah. And it's racism also. It's just plain racism.
Yeah, it's just
because
race.
it's based on race. Doesn't, my God. It's really insane what's
Also, do
happening.
you see there's a school that did, what do they call it, like the 8 categories of white people? And they passed this out to kids. You hear about that?
No, but I'm
Yeah,
offended.
go Google it real quick. Let me make sure it's the 8 classifications of white people.
8 classifications of white people. Yikes. U.S. schools send out chart. This is going
8 levels of white identity. I guess that's the one.
end to a regime of whiteness.
And they basically say how toxic your whiteness is based on this chart. So you
Holy
can go down a little bit. So way over to the left in the red and orange is white supremacist. And then you have white voyeurism.
Yikes.
And they're the ones that won't say white supremacist
Like every single
stuff,
Australia Day, we have the same old
but
debate.
they will hear it and tolerate it and silently agree. And next to that, it's the white privilege. And then look at in the green. You have white critical, white traitor, white abolitionist. How crazy is this?
So
This is going on in
they
public schools.
they gave this out at a school?
Yeah.
Like official did?
Yep.
People who identify with
Side
whiteness are one of
communities.
these. Jesus, dude. You know, the problem with how racist everyone is, all these idiot woke people, how racist they are, is that it's it'll break down. It already is, but it'll eventually lead to violence. It'll lead to horrible shit. That's what racism ends up leading to, really bad
Well,
things. They should
you know
know
what's-
that.
Do you know what's happening right now? And it's being blamed on Trump. Is there's a ton of attacks right now on Asian Americans. It's being blamed on Trump. But the issue is it's not from the white community. It's by and large from the African American community for whatever reason. And it's really big in California right now.
It's because Asians don't fit the white people oppress all races narrative.
Yeah. But
Asian
we're
people
already-
are flourishing and top earners, and they also are an ethnic minority.
even higher than white as a group.
Yeah.
Asians are higher earners. Yep.
And so the other minorities are probably pissed at them
Yeah.
for fucking up the narrative of oppression.
Well, while we're on this topic, did you hear there's a new sexuality?
Tell me about that.
This is taking off. It just started like a day or two ago.
Taking off, huh?
And
Okay.
it's called Super Straight. Go to your email. I sent you. It's a TikTok. This guy did a TikTok. He's not like a. This is take. And there's been millions of people that saw this, and it's funny to see the reaction
Okay, I'm
because
gonna
it's
have to
really.
watch this.
It's almost like the spaghetti,
Yo, guys, I made
flying spaghetti monster
a new
thing,
sexual.
where it's really good at pointing out the ridiculousness of these arguments, and they're using it against them because I was born this way. Stuff like that.
Oh, good. I love
How
it.
dare you oppress me? You're just super phobic.
Oh, this is good. I'm gonna I'm gonna enjoy
Yo
this.
guys, I made a new sexuality now, actually. It's called super straight, okay? Since straight people or straight men as myself, I get called transphobic because I wouldn't date a trans woman. You know, they're like, would you date a trans woman? I'm like, no, why? That's a female. No, like, that's not a real woman to me. Like, I want a real woman. No, you're just transphobic. So now, I'm super straight. I only date the opposite gender, women, that are born women. So you can't say I'm transphobic now because that's just my sexuality, you know?
Good. Home run.
It's working.
Freaking home run by this dude.
This is taking off. It's going viral right now. They even have a flag, and it's like
Amid the chaos in Texas's snow.
like two black and orange squares.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
it's
identify
taking off.
as super straight.
And now like there's gay people and lesbian people going, well, I'm super gay and I'm super lesbian.
Yes.
And even super bi. I'm super bi. I'm only attracted to
Both.
Yep. But not trans people.
But not trans people.
It's
that's
taken
right.
off. But of course, the trans community is not happy about this.
Oh, well, you're
It's
gay
nuts.
if you don't bang a trans. I can't remember what it is, but
You know what the official stance is right now? If it's pre-surgery, it's okay to not have that attraction. If it's post-surgery, you're
what
you're
world?
transphobic.
What world these people live in where they pretend this is reality?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, look, I'm
don't
not
know.
going to be attracted to a trans female. So sorry, you know, I don't. I'm not attracted to people who were born as males.
and that's
They
a
look
great
like
point right
males
now.
to me.
If you look at that second link I sent you, it is it's just a reaction. I mean, there's millions of reactions right now. Like this is literally taking off right now. I think it's like 2 days old. And that video right there has got
Good
like
job by this dude.
tens of millions of views.
Good job. I love
So
it.
I'm sure y'all have seen this video by now, the super straight thing. Yeah, so many people have tagged me in this video, and I was wondering why no one else had responded to it. Then I realized it's because TikTok won't let us. I posted this video 3 times now. It's been 13 hours since the first time I posted it, and it still has 0 views. Then I did some further digging. That video has over 5 million views. They've now created
higher
a
now.
flag. Like, this is now a movement, apparently. So then I went to go see who else stitched the video. I said, surely other people are talking about this. No, there's a few stitches here and there with minimal views and only consisting of people who agree with him. Are we surprised though? Because TikTok thrives off of transphobia, homophobia, racism, misogyny,
Stop
etc.
it. Yeah, it's just
I thought she was
but-
making the other point that they were
No.
censoring that video, which I
No,
was like, oh, I'm
she's-
not
She's
surprised.
trying to say that she's being censored, so now people are calling her like super phobic and stuff like that.
I love it. Finally.
It's taken off. It really is.
You
And
know
they're
what? They
using
are.
it-
These woke people, they are heterophobic.
Could you see? Oh yeah, for sure.
They,
Can you
hate,
see
they
the
just hate
comments?
us for not being not gay.
Could you pull up the comments on her video right there? I don't know how this
I
works.
said in my response.
He was running from a cop car, jumping over that gag on a big.
So I'm sure y'all have seen this video by now, the super straight.
Dang it.
Oh,
I like never use TikTok, so we have to log in.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But
Oh,
anyway, it's people just lambasting her and using the same arguments. Like, well, I was born this way. I'm not attracted to it. You can't control who I'm attracted to. Just stuff like that.
Right, which
And
is a
it's
good point.
Hilarious. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Um,
quit trying to make straight people sleep with trans people. They are not the same. They are not exactly the same as women. Surprise.
No, never will be, obviously.
No. It's freaking unreal.
DDD. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
I've seen the left already attempting to link this video to the alt-right. Super straight. Oh, my God. SS.
That's
So you've heard of
too
this, though.
much.
That's kind of interesting because this is pretty new.
Thing. Yeah, so many people.
Funny. Wow, that's great. I'm glad to hear about the super straight sexuality.
Yeah.
I think that kid hit a home run with that.
Yep.
That's great, man.
So we have a lot to kind of go over. I got a couple of ridiculous videos I sent you there too. We will have to talk about Biden. I mean, he finally made a statement, I guess. I mean, we're what?
Oh, yeah, I was going to show that.
40-something days. I mean, Biden's already bombed
Syria.
a country before he's even given a State of the Union. He's already letting the stock market crash and tank before he bothers to speak to the American people. He basically bought votes saying that if the Senate gets flipped, he'll give everybody $2,000 and that's not happening. But he had time to bomb Syria already.
Right. But don't worry, because he's finally ready to take questions.
Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
I'll take some questions now. Okay, here we go.
Didn't even ask Nancy. Why are you asking Nancy if you should take calls? You're supposed to be the president.
Yeah, he has to ask whoever nearest him what he should do.
I really don't. We do not have a president right now. That's where the conspiracy theorists are right. Like, he's not the president. He is being told what to do by the DNC or whoever. He's basically weekend at Biden's. And he has no thoughts in his head right now.
Joke Biden.
Yeah. Go open. I sent you an email or email this too. This is really loud, so you're probably going to want to take out your headphones or turn yours down. But somebody enhanced that, and they basically claim that they could hear someone telling them to cut the feed quick when he says, I could take questions. But it is super loud. I'm warning you.
Okay. I'm going to turn it down here.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
I couldn't make it out.
I know, it just get too loud.
I'm going to try it one more time. So we're supposed to hear somebody saying, like,
basically
cut the feed, turn it off.
Yeah, them talking about it, cutting the feed, and then you hear the click of them cutting his feed when he says, or whatever you want.
Okay, I'm going to try it one more time.
Nance, whatever you want me to do.
No, I couldn't understand it. But somebody's saying something.
Yeah. That is concerning, I feel like.
Have tagged me in this video.
What's it going to look like in 3 years? I mean, he's obviously declining.
Yeah.
So I told you I sent you a couple ridiculous videos.
Yeah.
Go and open the John Dillermand. So this is a Denmark cartoon for kids.
Okay.
Go to the intro. Maybe we'll kind of explain it first. And then I actually have a little bit of the cartoon.
John Dillermand.
Could you hold pause? Can you find the closed captions on the bottom?
Okay.
And restart it.
Goddag.
Okay, we're gonna have to move our cameras.
Us.
John Dillermand.
Det er John Dillermand.
John Dillermand. John Dillermand. Han er verdens længste Dillermand. Der er næsten ikke noget.
What the hell?
It's exactly what it looks like. And this is a kid's cartoon.
Hvis han bare fik lov, John Dillermand. John Dillermand. John Dillermand. John Dillermand. John Dillermand.
What is this?
The second one I sent you is actually an episode. It's
so
the
it's
first
2021,
one.
and what if I told you that there's a brand new kid?
So, this is a guy with the longest dick in the world.
He's using it.
Saving
too.
the world, huh?
Yeah. The premise of the first one. I think you hit the right one. There you go. Oh. But he's like bringing.
He's what?
Like the first episode, the premise is he's walking dogs with his giant penis, and then too many people wanted to walk his dogs, and
it's an interesting cartoon. Okay.
John lufter hunde. Ej, hold nu op, Diller. Nej, det må vi ikke. Og hvad var bedre til en ordentlig omgang tændvæske?
How is this not something that's just on like...
Nej, sagde oldemor. Pas på tændvæsken.
Adult
Det er
Swim.
farligt.
Yeah, this looks like an Adult Swim cartoon. Kind of a funny Adult Swim cartoon, maybe.
But it's for kids. This is for like
Det var de, der gjorde det.
Two, like 6-year-olds. Like,
Kom, John. Nu går vi to ud og finder noget andet, du kan lave, så du ikke ender med at futte hele
I think there's
hytten
supposed to be like a lesson to be learned and stuff.
Værsgo, sagde oldemor. Jeg klarer grillen. Så kan du gå en lille tur med vores hunde i stedet for.
I wonder what the lesson is.
Men jeg vil have grillpølser, sagde John.
Wow.
Ja, men nu har du jo brændt alle pølserne af, så nu er der kun salat tilbage. God tur! John var blevet godt sulten nu, og ville virkelig gerne have grillpølser.
I want a sausage. Okay, so now he's gonna...
hjælpe ham med hundene. Jeg skal bare have en pose grillpølser, råbte John til købmanden.
How bizarre is this?
Yeah, this is extremely bizarre.
Dealer.
Good find.
Yeah, it is like Robot Chicken.
Yeah, it is.
Like claymation and...
This is like Robot Chicken. Okay, I've seen enough, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's just
That's funny. That's good find, Garrett. What a weird...
That's a weird one, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy.
So obviously, too, as far as like news goes, Texas stopped the mask mandate.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that.
Yep. I've got some article about that somewhere.
And open up 100%. We're going to see this. This is going to be an issue, is that red states are going to be opening up. Blue states aren't. And red states are going to get life back to normal, and blue states aren't. And we're going to see the exact same amount of mortality and all everything.
You made that call a couple weeks ago. You said what you think will happen is red states will open, blue states will stay closed. And I said I would love that. That sounds great. But I worry that the federal government will start cracking down on red states.
It is very fortunate that the Supreme Court is constitutionalist right now. That's a very fortunate thing. That I think the Supreme Court, I think they're going to have a hard time, the federal government, telling the state governments at this point what to do.
Good.
I mean, Biden's handlers already threatened Florida. They were going to do a travel ban.
Yeah, I saw that.
State in the United States, they're going to do a travel ban too.
Right.
Just because they're opened up and doing better than New York and California.
Right.
That's insanity.
You know, that's the thing.
At that point, Florida should secede from the United States. I mean, that's seriously like.
Oh, it's bad shit.
That's terrible. I mean,
yeah, it's really bad. And you know what? When these red states open, I don't think it'll be the same. We'll have the same statistics. I think all the open states will have much lower rates of COVID.
We both moved to a red state.
Yeah.
And Nate, that was one of your big factors, right? Why you did it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was living in California until September or something.
And I was living in Arizona until a year and a half ago.
And I saw the writing on a wall.
It wasn't, but I'm shocked at how fast Arizona turned blue.
Yeah, man. Like I can't stand woke culture. I needed to get away from wokeness, and I'm so glad I did. Plus, I can't stand the lockdowns. I can't stand the mask mandates. So I'm thrilled to be in Nebraska now. I love it.
You've said that you went and bought like a mask or a gaiter that was a U.S. flag, and you could tell people wanted to say something about the flag being a flag, right?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's right. When I was in California, I wore an American flag bandana everywhere I went. And I think it's hilarious that the flag has become a symbol of the right.
I know.
It's like the left really should think about that.
Yep.
Because it really is. You see someone hang with an American flag on their porch, they're probably a Republican. Because the Democrats apparently hate this country.
There was... during football season, there was a ESPN announcer or whatever you call him, a figurehead of the ESPN. He was saying that he doesn't like. So Josh Allen's a quarterback that had a great year in football, like a breakout year. And he basically said, he's like, I know it's not his fault, but I have a hard time rooting for Josh Allen. I actually root against him because I go to his Twitter account and his followers all have American flags and stuff like that. Basically saying he's not a fan of a quarterback because his followers had American flags on their Twitter accounts.
Yeah. Wow.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Unfortunately, the left has become a party that despises America, hates freedom, hates the Bill of Rights. I mean, look, I'm not even a Republican. I'm really not.
I'm pretty far from it, actually.
Yeah. I was going to vote for Bernie. I wanted to, but I hate the COVID response so much that I'm thrilled that I'm thrilled that I've switched way over to the.
That's it. That's yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
It's like screw that.
Vote for Bernie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy how Democrats used to be kind of. You'll still see it. You'll still go to these super leftist accounts on TikTok or Twitter already, and they'll say part of the resistance. And they're mad that people are arguing. They're mad that people are against house arrest is essentially what's going on.
Yeah.
And they think they're part of the resistance.
Right.
I mean, you now have the Senate, the Congress, the presidency, big tech, big corporations. You're on the side of them now. Big media. That's your side. You're not resisting anything.
No.
You're not a rebel at all.
On top of that, you're locking people in their houses, forcing them to wear masks, censoring any information you don't like. I mean, my God, they're tyrants.
Trying to transition kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the amount of horrible shit coming from the left right now is unbelievable. And anyone on the left should really think about, why are we censoring things?
If you're a moderate leftist, you've got to speak up at some point.
That's the thing I've said for a while now. There's no such thing as a moderate leftist anymore because they can't stand against the super far left hate machine. So the entire party has been subsumed by the far left. The rational left people have to bow down to the hate machine, and so they might as well not exist. Even though I think there are tons of very rational, smart people on the left. I really do. But I think that, unfortunately, their voice doesn't really matter because it's just swept up in the giant hate voice.
You know, our viewer, Ned Pepper, called it, but they're trying to now pass the House, I believe. But it basically changed voting laws now. I think they're trying to lower voting age, but they're basically making it so anybody could have an absentee ballot now, and they can't do like signature verification, and you can't do like ID verification and stuff on it. And it passed the House.
Yeah, I have no doubt that they want to steal every election from now on, and they should do whatever they can to make it so that they can rig it forever.
Is already, I think, massively unpopular, and it's only going to get worse. They're going to get blamed when we have a president 3 years from now that is obviously not under his own care. It needs to be in a nursing home. It's going to be very obvious in 3 years from now.
Yeah,
they're going to be held accountable for that.
I hope you're right.
They better win. For their sake, they better win in 3.5 years, but they're not going to. But they better.
Well, unless they somehow cheat. And
we're arguing to see, like I said, the red states are going to be opening up, taking off. The blue states are going to be shutting down. Businesses are going to be leaving the blue states because, I mean, they already lost Tesla. I mean, Tesla's still at their initial one still at California, but they're opening up in Texas now. And
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see it. Yep. Yeah.
And that's just going to be the beginning because you're going to have to go somewhere where we could actually open up and get back to work.
Yeah.
The problem is we're going to see stimulus packages coming through where the whole country is be paying for these blue states to be closed. I saw an article that they are making election security better with that bill. Of course, they don't have an actual link to the bill in the article. Oh, yeah. I'm sure the media has got all sorts of excuses for them.
You know, that seems like 1984 Newspeak to me, election security. Because maybe it just means that they will secure the election for themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it's not actually fair election. It's election security will be increased. I'm sure it will. Yeah, anyway.
They made it like it was like anti-American to question if anything fishy happened during this last election. When 4 years ago, that's all the media would talk about. They'd talk about Russia this, Russia that.
Oh, yeah.
Without any evidence. In fact, it turned out they were wrong on that.
Right. Well, they're nothing if they aren't hypocrites.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's really. It's really bizarre. I just wish they weren't winning everything and in power everywhere.
Pendulum swing back, just like Obama killed the anti-war movement here in the U.S. and Biden killed the Me Too movement. This is going to kill cancel culture, I believe.
Oh God, it's about time because I'm so sick of it, dude.
And maybe I'm just too hopeful, but
I hope
already
you're
feel
right,
like
man.
I feel like I've seen it happening already. They're already trying to back away from the Mr. Potato Head thing, and now the Dr. Seuss thing.
Are they?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. If you ask them, they'll ask like, "What do we have to do with Dr. Seuss?" That was just a publisher deciding not to publish anymore on their own. They're acting like they didn't say anything about it. But it's obviously the culture they've created.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, they've obviously created this culture where you are the enemy. But not only that, there are tweets. You can find a ton of people tweeting about the canceling this before all this happened.
PC principle.
So I think what they folded faster than the leftists thought, and now they're thinking, oh no, Dr. Seuss is a loved guy. But we're gonna see, Mississippi, I believe it is, no mask mandate. They're 100% open.
Thank God. Hurry up.
South Dakota never closed down, and they've always been. I went up there a month or two ago, and you'd never know COVID was a thing there.
Yeah, it's called normal life, not being cowardly idiots. It
was great.
Thank God, man. And Nebraska needs to hurry up and make mask mandates.
They throw Nebraska in the list of people that are completely open right now because there isn't a state ordinance. It's all these local ordinances.
Yeah, but there's city ordinances, although many of them are ending. Kearney ended theirs. A lot of the cities around Omaha did, but Omaha still has a mask mandate for.
There's no more light at the end of the tunnel. I think Fauci came out just to try to say how it's ludicrous that these states are opening up like this.
Yeah.
I'm even seeing some pushback a little bit from Democrats now. Basically even saying like, well, what do you expect us to do at this point? I mean, the vaccines here, we're going to have variants of this forever. Is this forever? Is this what you guys want to be normal? And of course, there's all sorts of, because they've never given the American people any sort of benchmarks to open up. They never have.
They've sort of hinted, the vaccine, once the vaccine's here. Yep. But they were always going to move that goalpost.
The vaccine was going to get here this quick. They thought that was 2, 3, 4 years away.
I guess you're right about that.
Once the vaccine is offered, everyone that wants it, there's no reason to be closed down at all anymore. That's it.
Of course not. Unless we want to cower from every disease in our basement for the rest of our lives. Other than that, let's just open everything up because this is ridiculous.
And you've probably seen, but of course now they're trying to say the Paris Climate Accords could be met. The goals could be met if we did 2-week lockdown every year and stuff. And they actually changed it.
I'm not doing that.
They call it COVID-like lockdowns, but they got so much pushback, they changed it to basically CO2 lockdowns or something. They changed the name of it.
Well, I'm never doing that.
Pushback. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I know what will happen.
Red states are about done, man. The red states are about done, and you could, once this cat is out of the bag, there's no going back.
Dude, I'm never falling. I'm never falling for a 2-week anything ever again in my entire life.
That's what Fauci doesn't
I'm
understand.
almost glad this 2-week thing happened because I knew it was a trick then, and I even said it was a lie.
I mean, you saw, I was in a group text. We were in a group text with people. You saw where they were trying to say, the Democrats, and they were saying, why would Fauci lie? Why do you think Fauci's lying? Do you think you know more than Fauci? Why is he lying? Well, now it turns out he's lied a lot. And there's no walking back from that. Ever.
No.
He's lied about the mask, he admitted. He's lied about, now he's admitted that he's lied about what it's going to take to get to herd immunity. He started at 50% vaccinated. Then he changed it to 70%. Then he said 90. And then eventually came out and said, we have no idea. I just said that because I thought I could get more people to get vaccinated. So that's a lie. I don't care if it's a good intention line. It's still a lie. And then he came out and said, Trump has done everything I've asked him to do. And now he comes out and says, it's so nice to have a different administration other than Trump where I can actually go out and do what I want and speak what I want.
Yeah.
This is the guy that's been getting $1 million from a foreign country because he won some award. This is the guy now that is being praised by everybody in the blue state. This is the guy now that's going to sign a super lucrative book deal.
Right. I'm supposed to believe everything he says unquestionably for some reason.
Why is he lying? Because
lies.
He's a piece of shit that loves the spotlight. How about that?
Yeah.
That's why he's lying.
Yeah. Well, I get that argument from people a lot. Why would the government be doing these things you think they're doing, Nate? Well, I don't know. Why does China not allow their people to have freedom of speech and things?
Why did our government give the black community in Baltimore syphilis and not treat them for it and lie about it?
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, exactly. Why has the government throughout history always been kind of trying to get the people imprisoned and shit? It just does.
Yeah.
There's evil people in the world. They get power for it. They want other people to do what they say. They like that.
Why was our government sterilizing people in the U.S. in the 80s and early 90s? Well, because they're pieces of shit. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why these guys are lying to us.
Yeah, lots of evil pieces of shit. And they get lots of money when they do evil things.
You need to keep people scared so we can still seem important to be. Yeah, he loves going out and throwing the first pitch and being invited to all this. He's getting $1 million from Israel. That does not sit right with me.
Right. He's probably just doing whatever he's told by some people in the shadows. That's what I think.
I think he's a selfish piece of shit.
I think that too.
That his life is better now. He doesn't give a shit about everyone else.
Yeah.
He doesn't care that we have a mental health crisis brewing in our country right now. He doesn't care that tons of people are losing their livelihoods in the businesses and that suicides are skyrocketing. And according to the World Health Organization, 7 more million people are going to starve to death this year. 7 to 14 more million than previous years, all because of these lockdowns.
What an unmitigated disaster these lockdowns have been on every aspect. Just gross, horrible thinking.
And if you're for them, then fuck you. If you want to stay home, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you.
Other people.
No shit. You stay in your house. That's how it's always should have been. You want to stay home, you stay home. Leave me alone, idiots. I can't take it, dude. And they're tyrants. They're just little dictators, everybody.
The new argument right now is that by the people in the blue states, basically saying our lives are largely unaffected right now. All we're asking you to do is wear a mask and try to stay away from people when possible. They're acting like businesses aren't going out of business by the fucking thousands. They're acting like we're back
Kids aren't in school
concerts and doing fun things and able to go and visit our grandparents that are in nursing homes.
Right.
They're trying to gaslight you into acting like this is normal and we're not sacrificing anything right now.
This shit sucks right now, especially if you're a kid. I've made that point before. These assholes, they're ruining these kids' lives.
Yep.
They're taking years from these children. They don't get to play with their friends. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
But these lazy pieces of shit get an extended snow day. And then when businesses go out, they're not blaming themselves. They're blaming the government for not giving them money.
Yeah, I know.
These guys don't even understand where money comes from.
I know. They're just clueless, dude.
Yeah.
And this disease is for people under 50, even by the lying statistics, I think they're lying about, or they're overinflated, even by those statistics, under 50, it is less dangerous than the flu. So, and it's completely harmless to children, essentially. Yeah. So I can't believe what we're putting the kids through. Also, the teachers can get a long snow day. And so that the assholes can feel like they're not doing something so stupid.
And it's so funny. Like, there's schools, it just blows my mind. There's a lot of schools that aren't opened up right now. A lot of public schools. But it's kind of funny. So, like, people act like it's sanctimonious that, like, these teachers who can't go and get them. What about the people that are working in the grocery stores? And what about the other employees that can't stay at home? Are they worth less to you than the teachers? Because the teachers aren't going to get sick and die from this. Do you know how I know? Because it would be plastered on the front page of all our papers, and CNN would have a teacher death count going on right now if that was a significant issue.
The COVID cheerleaders wish that the teachers would die from this.
Yes.
But they won't.
They really do.
It's not a deadly disease, everyone. Surprise. I mean, my God. And here we got Fauci and Newsom saying people should wear 2 masks. So I think it's just hilarious. You know what I hope? I hope that the red states all open and the blue states crack down harder. And we can watch the idiots be locked in their house. In the red states, we can all just go about our lives and live normal, happy, healthy lives with our friends. And the blue states can be just terrified.
That'd be
whole
great.
time.
Just don't ask the red states for money. You're going to hear people say, well, California gives money to the red states already. Anyway, whatever. Just don't ask for money.
Yeah. Well,
And they'll be
let's stop.
fine then.
Let's stop doing that immediately.
Yeah.
Let's stop
it right
taking
now.
any
Yep.
money from anything.
Two wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just, I'm still so pissed off about coronavirus. We talk about it every show,
I
but
know.
I mean, it's what's happening in the
Hard
world.
not to.
Yeah.
I know our viewers probably get bored of it and everything. But it's just how it's shows
so
the disconnect.
absurd. It's so absurd.
The stock market, was. I mean, it's going down. It's correcting very quickly. But you look at Disney. Disney can't even open up in California yet, in other areas. And you're going to try to tell me that Disney is worth 40% more now than it was last year? Get the fuck out of here. You could maybe argue for Amazon or something like that because people don't want to go to the stores. But Disney, come on.
Is the stock market currently crashing?
It's looking not good. People kind of thought that it was going to take until after, a lot of people thought it wasn't going to. There was think groups saying before the election, if Biden wins, the market's likely to go up by X amount. Like people saying that.
People will say anything.
Yeah. And even kind of the more conservative people said, well, it's going to take until after these stimuluses pass because that's just pumping more money into it. And then people are saying, well, it's going to wait until Kamala gets her unrealized gains tax and stuff. But no, it's starting to go down big already. Just out of and I know this is different because it was popped up, but Tesla's down 30% in the last month.
So Crack Party says New Zealand recently locked down for a few days over one case.
I keep seeing that. New Zealand is locking down for basically nothing. They're putting everyone in house arrest.
See, I bet you that the politicians in New Zealand were so happy that they got that one case. They went, oh, thank God. We got the one case. Quick, lock everybody in their house. These people are assholes.
If Biden gets elected, you will see the biggest crash in the stock market. He said that, and everyone rolled their eyes at him, and they're kind of making fun of it. Garrett, it's Disney Plus that's driving their stock up. They hit their 4-year subscription goal. Yeah, they're still not worth more than they were a year ago. That was supposed to be the next Netflix killer. I wish something would kill Netflix.
Me
but
too.
That was supposed to be the next Netflix killer, just like everything else is. And Disney was just the first one I thought of. I mean, to take, I don't know, Boeing, or let's take Southwest or Carnival Cruise. Anything.
Kind of every stock is overvalued, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I just think for one thing, we're all locked down. I mean,
if
the red states start opening.
I see the price of Tesla. I really was going to buy a $5,000 put on Tesla a month ago. And boy, that would be worth a lot right now.
Is it still dropping?
$600 right now.
What was it?
From $850, something like that a month ago.
Oh, no.
$860.
I wish you would have bought it.
I know. Yeah, the ones I was going to short were Tesla, Papa John's, DoorDash, Bumble, Carvana, and Microvision, and they're all just way lower.
Well, here's a random thing happening. Did you see this? In Chicago.
Sam? What's this about?
Okay, so I didn't look into it too much, but apparently a recycling plant in Chicago is moving from one community to a different one or something.
Oh, boy.
And
are they moving to a wider community or something?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But these people are protesting, and they shut down a major intersection in Chicago, okay? Just a bunch of pricks. And not only that, do you know what they're chanting here? First, they're chanting, if we don't get it, shut it down. And then they're chanting 30-day hunger strike.
How many in that group do you think could last 30 minutes without food?
Well, okay, you went the other way with it, because the funny thing about a 30-day hunger strike is probably they'd all be fine. Oh, now it's starting again. That's weird.
Man, our show's gonna be messed up now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have like 3 segments and stuff, but
yeah. But anyway, the idea of a 30-day hunger strike is funny to me because I think they missed the point of a hunger strike. Like, hunger strikes are to death. Almost always, right? Otherwise, you're just kind of saying, I'm not going to eat, temporarily. Like when Gandhi did a hunger strike, he was going to hunger strike unto death. I think that's typically what a hunger strike is. To say, I'm going to do a hunger strike for a week. It's like, okay, go ahead.
I've never gotten like the idea of a hunger strike. Like I welcome these guys to not eat. I mean, I applaud it. I'm rooting for you guys. I hope you guys don't eat.
See, that's my point. Like, let's say I say, do what I say, or I'm not going to eat for a week. It's like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Yeah, don't eat for a week.
For these guys, I hope it hurts.
Yeah, do it for 30 days. Have fun. You're going to lose some weight. You'll look a lot better at the end of the 30 days.
It's probably healthy for you.
Yeah, it probably would. I'll bet it'd be really healthy for a bunch of them if they, I don't know, as long as they drink water. But anyway, I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of missing the point of a hunger strike. I don't think they thought that through. Oh, man, I wanted to show this cartoon.
All right.
So this is from the Los Angeles Unified School District, students at the center, okay? Here's a little cartoon from LA Public Schools, I think.
There's never been anything like this virus in our lifetime. Often, it's hard to see the effects it's having on our
not just you. We're having connection issues, it looks like. I don't know why, but...
Yeah.
I think what's happening is we're losing
the stream.
But yeah, I think they can maybe still see us. They just can't hear us for a while. But
yeah, it'll come back, I'm sure.
Let us know if you guys can hear us
Has
again.
this conversation taken place in your home?
Mom, I'm scared about going back to school. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get you and Dad sick.
Our scientists tell us there are 3 things we must do to stay safe. Wear masks, make sure we social distance, and wash our hands. And now, your school, with the help of Microsoft Corporation, has created another. Introducing Daily Pass, your exclusive ticket for safely going back to school. Each week, you can schedule your free on-campus COVID test. The results are displayed in your Daily Pass. And if you choose to take your test off campus...
Miggles is saying she lost audio too.
Can you guys hear us right now? Because if not, we should probably restart this, because this is fucking ridiculous. People need to see this. It's no coincidence that Bill Gates is behind the push of all these lockdowns and stuff. And here he is trying to openly profit from this.
Right. He even says he made way more money on vaccines than he ever did on software.
Yeah. Can you guys hear us yet? Do you want to type it maybe? So we know.
Yeah. I'll say, is audio working yet? Because if not, we'll probably have to.
Yeah. Because, you always hear about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Cut out completely still. Shit.
Well, should we restart it, Garrett?
Yeah, let's do it. This episode's going to be all fucked up anyway.
Yeah.
I think.
Dang.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's
all good again.
Oh, it's all good again.
Who said that?
Crack
or is
Party.
That YouTube. He's on YouTube, I think. Though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So maybe it's working on YouTube, but not on Twitch.
It does say Twitch if we go and look at it.
Working on YouTube, not on Twitch.
Not on Twitch.
Well, should we restart the stream, dude?
Yeah, probably.